The number one question I get is, Brad, where do you get your massive lots of underpriced raw cards? Well, in this video, I'm spilling the beans. Not only will I tell you where I'm getting all these cards from, but I'll also walk you through my whole thought process as to how I cherry pick each and every card, so I know that I have a great chance of doubling, tripling, or even quadrupling my money. From this simple process I'm about to share with you, I have bought over 2,600 raw cards in the last few months for an average of just $2.30 each, many of which have proven sales of 2 to 5x the price of what I'm paying. Welcome back. Now let's get to work. Without beating around the bush, my secret source is Beckett Marketplace. Now, I've mentioned Beckett before on live streams and in mail day videos, but I have not gone through the entire process, and that's what I want to share with you today. Now, if you're not familiar with Beckett Marketplace, it is an online listing where card shops from around the country list their cards, especially the low-end ones that they don't want to sell in person or they don't want to sell on eBay. A couple things that drew me to Beckett at first were two things I absolutely can't stand about eBay and other platforms, which is paying for tax and paying for shipping, both of which are easily avoided using Beckett. Most sellers offer free shipping over a specific threshold like $20 or $40, and I've noticed that only tax is applied to my purchases if I'm buying from a card shop here in the same state, which is California. I also like the idea of being able to buy a lot of the same card at the same time. And since I'm buying from card shops versus individuals, they do a lot of breaks, they have a lot of volume going on. So it would be common to see 4 or 6 or 10 even of the same card that you could scoop up all at once. Another perk is that Beckett Marketplace is great for investors and collectors with a small budget that want to get their feet wet in the sports card world, but don't have hundreds or thousands of dollars to put up right off the bat. Now, the not so good news, which is Beckett is perhaps the roughest, most antiquated type of platform out there. It's not very user-friendly. The font of the whole website turns up really small on my computer. I always have to zoom in. And perhaps the biggest deal breaker for a lot of people is that you don't see the actual card. They upload default images of the card, but you do not get to see the exact card like you would on eBay or on CompC. Now, this could be a deal breaker for a lot of people, and it would be a deal breaker for me if I were investing in higher end cards, but there are a couple reasons why I don't let it bother me. That's because I've also ordered so many times in the past that I know that when they say near mint to mint in the condition, usually it really is in good shape. Sometimes it's gem mint shape, even though they put down near mint to mint. And I think that's because a lot of times these are professionals that are selling these cards. The reputation is very important. It's not just 14-year-old Jimmy in Nebraska that is posting a random card with a horrible picture, and his idea of near mint is really like a PSA 4. These are card shops that really value doing it the right way. So a lot of times the cards are in much better shape than I anticipate. The other thing is that I'm just willing to take the risk in a lot of cases because the price that I'm paying for on Beckett is so much lower than what it's selling for on another platform that even if I order 10 of the card and only 2 are in great shape, sometimes that is enough to offset the other 8 cards that are in decent shape, because I could still probably sell those for some profit, but I've just noticed really good things in terms of the quality. So how do I know what cards to cherry pick off of Beckett? Well, that's where I bring in my good friend, CompC. Now, if you didn't see my prior video where I went into detail about how I use CompC, make sure to check it out after this video. CompC is a giant warehouse up in Washington where you can buy and sell cards remotely. People send cards there in the thousands and tens of thousands, and it just lists them all there for you. Of course, they charge their fees, but it's a great way just to buy and sell cards without having to take physical possession of each card, because a lot of times if you're a flipper or a short-term investor, however you want to phrase it, you're not really tied to that card. What you really want is to invest in that player, and this is a great way to do so. I started having a lot of fun on CompC because I didn't have to run to the post office 3 times a week. I didn't have to deal with returns or people on eBay saying that the card isn't in great condition and they want a refund and all that nonsense. So I would sell on CompC, but then one issue would arise is, hey, I'm out of inventory. I sold this card, now what do I do? Enter Beckett. When I would sell a card on CompC, I would immediately go over to Beckett to see if I could buy that same card at a much lower price. So CompC became my distributor while Beckett became more of my supplier. And when there was a big enough disparity, I knew that I could order off of Beckett, have it come to me in person, and I could ship it up, send it all as a single batch to CompC, and they could take it from there. And even with all their fees, their commissions, all that kind of stuff, it'd still be well worth the time and effort. Using CompC's sales data and looking at the trends, I would then determine if it's a good move to buy cards off of Beckett, or if I feel like that player's time has run out, or there's going to be a better chance in the future. But all these things I would weigh based off of CompC's sales data, what I'm hearing from other YouTubers, podcasters about players and about what certain sets are taken off, that kind of thing. But let me show you a real life example, because it's really something that you have to practice with, because again, Beckett is not the easiest platform to use. All right, let's take this card for example. Let's say I had this 2011 Topps Chrome Tom Brady and I just sold it for $7. Now, if you take a look here, all the prices are at $19 and on up. And you see this one seller here, Jarius, he controls most of the inventory. So he looks like he bought a lot of the cards and just marked it up himself. But if you go to the sales history, you see that the card is only sold up to $7.08, and the highest sale was a year and a half ago. I believe with prices going up in the hobby and it being Tom Brady, that $7 will easily be matched again in the near future. So let's say I'm interested in replenishing this inventory. I'll hop on over to Beckett here, and I'm going to put up that card right here, 2011 Topps Chrome Tom Brady. I put it in the marketplace tab. You see this pricing and checklist, coins. We don't want coins. No one cares about coins. Just put it up there in marketplace. And I'll notice right here, I have two cards, 1 to 2 in quantity, 88 cents to $10. And I'm gonna press compare sellers. And this is gonna bring up the different cards that are for sale here on Beckett. You see that there's one for 88 cents, one for $2, and two for $10. But this guy's on vacation until mid-August. Not that I care, because obviously I'm not gonna pay $10 for the card, but this one really intrigues me because it's 88 cents, which is amazing, but also free shipping over $15, which is dirt cheap. So I'm gonna press add to cart. You'll notice there it is, it's in my cart. Very easy. Now I can go back through Beckett and look at all the other cards. I could add the other $2 card to the cart as well. But what I want to do is I want to go to this guy's store, because the one thing that sucks with Beckett, and I'll show you right here, is that here's my actual Beckett cart. I have all these orders sitting here, but I can't just check out one and leave the others in the cart. I actually have to check out everything at the same time, which means that if I want free shipping, I need to make sure Bakersfield cards, Triple Play Sports, hobbies, hoodies, collectibles, card gallery, Big Mac sports cards, all of those have hit their free shipping threshold, or I'm going to be charged shipping on all those orders that have not hit that. So I need to make my order one at a time, which is a pain, just because they won't save all the other items in the cart. It's either check out everything or check out nothing. So let me show you something I do real quick. Is I actually have a spreadsheet of cards and players I'm looking at, and these are just different guys that I can rattle off in Beckett so that I can just put them in here real quick. And one guy I looked up beforehand is Adrian Peterson, because I really like his second year Chrome refractors. And you see right here, 2008 Topps Chrome refractors AP. I'm going to add both of those to the cart. And already I'm at $3.52. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on that list that you see over here. I'm gonna go down the list. I'm gonna look under the Prizm cards. If it's first year or second year Prizm, I'd buy their select card, their first year, their Chrome, their finest, their refractor, different things like that, until I hit $15 minimum in order to get that free shipping. So now I have really cheap cards coming to me that I could sell at a profit, and all I have to do is then send it to CompC. As you can tell, this process is going to take time, it takes effort, a lot of trial and error as well, but it's a lot like going through a garage sale looking for deals. There is a fun aspect to it, especially when you find a card that is really taking off on eBay or on ComC that you're finding for $2 or $3 on Beckett Marketplace. One question you might be asking yourself is, hey Brad, how come you're sharing this with us? Doesn't that mean it's going to be harder for you to find deals? And the answer is, yeah, it will be, but that's okay, because I honestly find more fun and fulfillment creating content, helping others get into this hobby, whether you want to just collect for yourself or make a couple $100 a month or scale up and make thousands and thousands of dollars. Whatever it is, this is more enjoyable than the actual money I'm making off of the cards. So if you found this video valuable, make sure to stay tuned for the next video where I go into ComC and how to use that platform, because with ComC and Beckett combined, you could really find some amazing deals just like I have over the last few months. Please pound the like if you found some value in this video, and I'll see you over there.